Welcome to the 21st Annual Pioneer Days celebration. This year's event brought Cleburne back to the 1800s for a weekend of history, fun, and family-friendly entertainment. Held on November 8th and 9th, 2024, this Pioneer Days was bigger and better than ever, bringing history to life like never before. The petting zoo was a hit, with visitors of all ages, giving kids a chance to meet some friendly farm animals up close, all while learning about the livestock that played such a vital role in pioneer life. And when it came to authentic frontier cooking, this year's celebration didn't disappoint. The chuck wagons were back, with skilled cooks serving up hearty, authentic meals. No food trucks in sight. Families could enjoy classic frontier flavors prepared right there, just like in the old days. Live music filled the air throughout the event, capturing the spirit of the 1800s. Local musicians took the stage with performances that celebrated the sounds of the frontier. Audiences gathered to enjoy everything from old-timey tunes to traditional folk songs. And the blacksmith demonstrations showed visitors the art of metalworking as it was done in the 19th century. Each clang of the hammer brought the past to life, illustrating the skill and strength it took to create everyday tools and items back then. One of the most anticipated highlights of Pioneer Days is the living history demonstration by the Sons of Confederate Veterans, Terry's Texas Rangers Camp. Step into the world of these brave soldiers and experience firsthand the sights and sounds of the Civil War.
Good morning. Hello, Johnny. We're today at the Pioneer Days, the Chisholm Trail Outdoor Museum. We have set up a couple wall tents and for the public to see. We have a surgery tent. One of them is a surgery tent where we have this young casualty that we're going to be operating on later on today. We also have cannons set up, and we've got half a dozen muskets or so that we're going to fire. Yesterday we had school day. We had 8 schools scheduled. Unfortunately, with the rain we had most of the day, we had some cancellations, but we still had 2 or 3 schools show up locally and several hundred kids. So we still think it was successful, even though it was disappointing because of the weather. We didn't have as many as anticipated. But today's night, it's a bright sunny day, and we're hoping that we will have a good public outturn, and we're looking forward to entertaining the public, showing them, teaching them a little bit of history about the time when Texas was a Confederate state and war between the states.
The Rangers demonstrate the skill and precision required to fire a musket on the battlefield. Listen as the volleys echo through the air, a powerful reminder of the courage these men brought to the front lines. In the nearby hospital tent, a dedicated nurse gives us insight into the care provided to the wounded. Here, she speaks about her daily efforts to treat injuries and save lives amid the horrors of war.
So today I'm actually portraying a Civil War nurse. When they would bring in the injured soldiers, they would bring them into a medical camp, and we would work on trying to get their wounds taken care of, getting their bleeding stopped, trying to stop infection from happening so that we could get them back to their normal health so that they could go back and return to fighting for our cause and return to their families when the war was over.
One of our reenactors now shares the history of a Civil War cannon and its limber, a vital pairing in artillery warfare.
Cannon, we can trace the history back to 1950. Before that, we don't have any history on it there. It's got the steel liner in it, so we figure it's a reproduction, not original. But they did make a few like this at Selma, I believe. But who knows? You know, history's a funny thing. It's 3-inch ordnance rifle, and it's one of the best firing cannons. In fact, it won second twice in a row with the barrel shot out at Oklahoma. Our limber has a little history to it. There in 1990, they got the Hunley submarine back in there, and we got to haul the bones. Some of this, they moved all the graves to a different location, and we got to actually be in on that, and it was kind of a moving deal to be part of that. We also made nearly all the 100th and 50th major Civil Wars battles from Shiloh to Gettysburg, Manassas, and Chickamauga, and a whole bunch of the smaller ones.
And if the muskets aren't loud enough, prepare for the earth-shaking roar of the cannon. This powerful demonstration captures the thunderous impact of artillery that defined so many Civil War battles.
Gun 2 ready.
Gun 2 ready. Gun 1 ready. From the right to the left, 3-second interval. On my command, fire!
The crowd can feel the intensity, transported back to a time when these sounds were part of everyday life for soldiers and civilians alike. Pioneer Days brings history alive, creating a profound connection across generations. This year's Pioneer Days was truly an epic celebration, combining education and entertainment to give us all a glimpse into the past. We hope you enjoyed stepping back into the 1800s with us, and we can't wait to do it all over again next year. Until then, thank you for joining us in celebrating our heritage at the 21st Annual Pioneer Days.